Live from WFSB, Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 5:30.
First at 5:30, securing our schools. Back to school is all about getting back into a routine, but many families are pointing out that this year is different as schools are thinking more about safety and security.
Eyewitness News wanted to find out how school districts all across the country are tackling this new norm in the wake of what happened at Sandy Hook.
Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Robert Goulston attended the National School Safety Conference in Las Vegas this summer, where families who lost children in Newtown were also looking for answers.
She was just loved and adored by all of them. It was an incredible place, Sandy Hook Elementary.
Only one of Michelle Gay's little girls made it out of Sandy Hook Elementary School that December morning. She remembers the parking lot, the long wait, and the realization she could not rely on others to keep her children safe. Ever since that December morning in Newtown, the question has been, how do we make sure this never happens again? It was the focus here in Las Vegas at the National School Safety Conference. And as we found out, there are many things many people can do. Michelle and her now close friend, Carly Posey, whose son survived the shooting, attended the National School Safety Conference this summer in Las Vegas. In search of information, answers, and a way to create change, they spent the week listening.
And even the smallest of things can make a huge difference. We talk about something as simple in Sandy Hook as a classroom door that would have locked upon being closed, would have saved a lot of lives, if not all of them.
How do we keep the pressure on the school officials? Parents, absolutely parents.
Kurt Lavarello, a former police officer, runs the School Safety Advocacy Council. The group every year runs the National School Safety Conference. But this year, after Newtown, the focus is on what schools have to do, not what they should do, and how parents need to make it happen.
Because a loud parent voice in that community will create change, no doubt.
We've got to change our tactics a little bit because they're happening so fast and they're over so quickly.
Sergeant Scott Brown from Washington State is one of the presenters. Whether you agree with the tactic or not, high school students in this town are being trained, instead of hiding or running, to actually go after the intruder. Take a look.
Where's that Anderson at?
It's an idea the school district is planning to expand to all grades, including elementary students.
I think it was more empowering those guys and letting them know that I have some control over what's going to happen to me.
Michelle and Carly, who has since relocated to Colorado, are open to all ideas, and they say it's clear there is no one answer for every community. They're also listening to their own children in their search for answers. Carly's son ran past the killer as he reloaded his gun. As the new year starts, he only had one concern.
You know, he wants the doors locked. He wants, in his new school. And so, we're learning from him.
If you want to know anything about school security, ask the students. They're a wealth of information.
Even though she's devastated by her daughter's death, Michelle is on a mission.
She was amazing, and she continues to inspire me.
The main focus of the conference is to inspire communities to figure out new ways to make their schools safer. As our series continues, we'll look at some of the technology and new ways of thinking to make sure that happens. We're on your side in Las Vegas. Robert Goulston, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
As schools go back into session, many are taking a closer look at security in the wake of what happened in our state last year.
Eyewitness News attended the National School Safety Conference in Las Vegas this summer to see how the rest of the country is handling this challenge.
Channel 3 New Haven News Bureau Chief Robert Goulston has the story.
We had a bad guy who was able to obtain access to our school within seconds, despite our precautions and our preparations.
How much security does your child's school need? It's something Michelle Gay is paying close attention to at the National School Safety Conference in Las Vegas. Her daughter, Josephine, who everyone called Joey, died inside Sandy Hook Elementary School. Even before she got the devastating news, she says it was a sickening realization the security in place was not enough.
I didn't know what had happened in the building. I didn't know that my daughter was gone. I didn't know that anybody had been killed, but I knew that somebody had gotten into the building with a gun That's an access issue. That's a school security issue.
Michelle and fellow Sandy Hook mom Carly Posey, whose son survived the shooting, are at the conference together as they begin a project designed to empower parents who want safer schools. On this July day, they see firsthand technology currently available that will better secure school buildings.
And then they take this handle and they connect it between the door plate and the floor plate, and it barricades the door.
This company is pitching floor-mounted locks that would keep the door secure even if someone broke through the door window.
It's simple things sometimes that add up to multiple layers of defense that protect our children.
And you could have a scenario where the kids could gather, the teacher could pull the door shut. You'll notice it has a locking bar on it that when the door is pulled shut, it automatically locks, and the kids now have a safe room.
Did you ever think we would be in a situation where you would need these in classrooms at the elementary level?
When I was younger, absolutely not.
There's also technology that would make glass inside classrooms stronger. Oop. Many schools are trying to afford stronger glass for their entryways.
And that is single pane, quarter-inch tempered glass that we've reverse laminated and increased the strength of that glass probably 10+X.
There are also ideas about bulletproof clipboards and whiteboards and arming teachers with tasers. And while Michelle feels some of these ideas may go too far, she knows more can be done.
For me, it was clear in the parking lot that day, waiting for my children to be evacuated, that we had a school security issue. That is what we needed to address.
On special assignment in Las Vegas, Robert Goulston, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Now, the National School Safety Conference is held every year. This year in Las Vegas after Newtown. The organizers say attendance increased significantly. For the first time, there were more school officials than law enforcement. Many of those school officials are looking for new ways to protect their students. Now, securing our schools. After losing her daughter at Sandy Hook Elementary, Michelle Gay knew she needed to do something.
And tomorrow, that something comes to life as she and other Sandy Hook families launch a website designed to empower parents.
Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Robert Goulston has the story.
Joey loved every minute of being a part of that community. She was a celebrity. When we went to the grocery store, everybody knew her.
Josephine Grace Gay died on December 14th, a first grader in Lauren Russo's class. She was one of the 20 children who did not make it out.
She was amazing, and she continues to inspire me.
The day will haunt Michelle Gay forever, but she's now transforming her anger over what happened to action. Michelle and some of the other Sandy Hook families, including Carly Posey, whose son, also a first grader, survived the shooting, attended the National School Safety Conference in Las Vegas in July. Their goal? To gather information for their website, safeandsoundschools.org. It goes online tomorrow.
We'll never call ourselves experts, but we've sure met a lot of them, and we would really like to do everything that we can to connect the two worlds.
A lot of people at the national conference here in Vegas say school budgets are the single reason why they can't make quick changes, but the Newtown parents say that isn't an excuse.
We don't want to hear what you can't do. We're already well aware of the budgets.
The website is designed to empower parents. On the site, you can pick a school security topic that interests you, and from there you can select from a number of action plans, offering steps on things like how to approach your school district with security ideas and how to raise money to help pay for those ideas.
And even the smallest of things can make a huge difference. We talk about something as simple in Sandy Hook as a classroom door that would have locked upon being closed would have saved a lot of lives, if not all of them.
Kurt Lavarello, a school safety advocate, organized the National School Safety Conference this summer. He says parent engagement with their child's school is crucial because their voices carry the most weight.
Keep them engaged, challenge them, tell them you want to know that there's meetings. You want to meet, if they don't get an answer there, go to the school board and challenge them. And if the school board's not doing it, replace your school board.
School leaders and a school resource officer, or SRO, from Greenwich, Connecticut, did a presentation at the conference. They make it a point to establish relationships with their students.
Knowing the students, connecting with the students, understanding who they are, where they're coming from. Without that, nothing, no, security cameras, no SRO, nothing is going to work.
No matter how you approach school security, Michelle says it all comes down to one thing.
We all want a loving, warm, cozy environment for our kids. That's what we want in our schools. It really is a team effort, and we want to help folks create partnerships and develop connections and a team approach to keeping our schools safe.
On special assignment in Las Vegas, Robert Goulston, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.